Hello. I think it's super ironic that my camera is crooked. I'm a little bit late. Because we're talking about anxiety. Hello. So, when we get in our heads and we're anxious about something, we just get in our heads and we be anxious about it, right? Whew, lights on my face. Like, tried to light the candle 4 times. It wouldn't light. Hi, Chrissy. Nice to see you. We're going to talk about anxiety. I'm going to talk about anxiety in a way that has to do with being empathic. Yeah, yeah, having a moment. Hi, Kitty. So I had a totally different path for this evening, and as you know, I let spirit guide me, and I received a really poignant question about dealing with anxiety as an empath. And so, of course, I had to back up and start again. Hi, Leah. And so here we are, talking about anxiety, and I literally had a meltdown before I came on camera. There is a reason why famous people don't have curly hair. It's unpredictable. It's just unpredictable. And so, good lesson for everyone. Because when we know we have something that might give us a little anxiety coming up, we have an activity, we have to go somewhere, we have to be on time for something, set yourself up for success. Like me trying to have curly hair today after I got a massage and then I took a hot bath. I knew it was going to be a mess, but I did it anyway. Probably so that I can tell you about it because it's a lesson learned. And it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl. I see dudes worry about their hair too. It's just who we are, right? Ego or no ego. But the lesson that we'll take from this is that I shouldn't have done that. I was gonna put a ball cap on, and you would have been fine with me wearing a ball cap, talking about really cool shit. You don't care what my hair looks like. I know you don't. So I need to not. The example again is getting out of your way. Stop being in your way. Hi, Mike. So I called my daughter this evening to make sure it was okay that I shared this very personal information with you. And she said as long as it's going to help others, she was okay with it. So I have mentioned my daughter is an artist. She's a starving artist. So if you need art, you can help her out. But kidding. Not kidding. Artists, creators, we're empaths, and you might not be an artist, but you still be an empath. But I bet you create in some way. I know Leah's watching. She does yoga, and that is creating with your body and movement, and it comes when we express ourselves in all different ways as energetic beings, as empaths. So the story I'm going to talk about really stuck in my mind for a long time. Before my daughter went to U of M, we got the opportunity to, this has nothing to do with Ann Arbor. Okay, never mind. Anyway, we got the opportunity to go to Art Prize, which is in Grand Rapids. And it was like, her dream was to be an artist. And so we were going to this great big event. Art Prize is probably one of the biggest events that takes place in Michigan. And it was her dream. And so she was super excited. We did bring, I know we had at least one friend. So there was myself, her, and probably like 2 or 3 other people. So she had a troupe, she had a tribe with her. We got there, and this was everything she was waiting to do. This was her dream. She's going to go to college to be an artist. And here she's going to meet all these really cool artists, get some inspiration. Her high school teacher was there because he's an amazing artist, Matt Petrosky, and everything was lined up. We walked literally out of the car and into the crowd, and she lost it. She lost it. She hid behind me. She couldn't look up. She couldn't breathe. Hi, Kimber. Hi, Christy. She didn't know what was going on. She started shaking. She just wanted to run and escape out of the situation. We were seriously barely out of the car, and we had driven over 2 hours to go there. So we went someplace small, and we didn't understand anxiety. We didn't understand why she was having this issue and what was going on. Now myself, I had had panic attacks for years and had no idea what they were. But now I'm seeing it as a mother to my child, and knowing this was everything she wanted, and she couldn't get herself to do it. It was just too much. So we I don't want to make the story too long, but so we end up going into like smaller little sections, and then she started to be okay. Well, then she got cranky because that happens. And we had to leave. So we had this whole thing planned. We traveled for hours. It was all for her. And we didn't stay there that long. I mean, we may have made it like 2 hours or so, but this is an all-day thing. It lines the streets of Grand Rapids. We could have been there for 8 hours and not seen everything. So thank you, Lexi, for the vulnerability in that story. But since then, we've understood. Now, as a mom, it was totally different than it happening to me. So when it happened to me, I was like, oh, I must be crazy. I don't know. I need to breathe, right? When it happened to my child, I was like, I'm going to research. I'm going to figure out what this is. Why is this happening to my child? Because we take better care of others than we do of ourselves, right? So what we learned, and it has helped us, me, myself, my clients, my daughter, immensely through the years, is that you have to set boundaries. And I mean, like, it doesn't matter why you have anxiety, but tonight we're talking about empathic anxiety. Let me back up just a quick sec. So, hi, Rachel. Empaths feel everything higher, harder, deeper, stronger. Hi, Holden. Welcome. So we have to be prepared when we go into the physical world, or the spiritual world, as it may be. We have to have a shield. We have to have this armor and this equipment ready to help us. And yes, you can ground, and grounding is essential. And Palo Santo, as you know, is essential, right, for your life. I have it in my car. However, you need to do more when you're coming into an energetic overload. So we're going to Art Prize. We're going to be around thousands of people. That's a lot of input. That's a lot of information. She's excited. We're going to see art. That's what her life is. That's what she wants to do, right? Because we're using the example of my daughter. So, but we didn't prepare. We were not prepared. Now, if we were to do that again, which we can now, we finally can do those things. But if we're do that again, we're going to set boundaries. So we're going to say to each other and say, okay, when I start to feel A, B, and C, if I feel overwhelmed, if I feel panic, if my heart rate starts to race, I'm going to say something. You can have a code word, you can tug somebody if you want to be private, whatever. But make sure you have a plan. So, and it's not like, hey, Mom, we got to go. And Mom's like, well, I want to look at this and I want to look at that. It's like, no, code word, okay? We need to go. And just remove yourself from the space. By having this plan ahead of time and working with others who you're with, it's really life-changing. It really is. It allows you to do things that you wouldn't be able to do. So we would have a plan. We would have something set up. Hi, Heather. Hi, Sanjeev. And we would know how we're going to get out of the situation. Now, if we're in a crowd of 1,000 people, let's say, we may not be able to get back to our car that quick, right? But we can go to a quiet place. We can go to an off the beaten path place and then when we get there, what we're going to do is we're going to take some grounding breaths, because our breath is with us no matter where we go. We always have our breath. So we're going to take some grounding breaths. We're going to notice the fresh air. There's some other things that you can do too. There's visualization techniques. So you might have, when you do your meditations, you might have a place, your happy place where you go. When I do hypnotherapy sessions, I take people to a beautiful sanctuary place. It's in their mind, and we go there. That might be their happy place. So it might be a favorite vacation spot. It doesn't matter. So when you get yourself aside, you go to that place, because that place brings you joy, brings you comfort, brings you peace, right? Another technique that I used to use, I'm a very sensual person. I love essential oils. I love good smelling things. It's very effective for me. So I used to, I always have my little crystal bracelets, but I used to have a bracelet that you could put essential oils on, and lavender is very calming. Hi, Carrie. So I would smell my wrist, smell my wrist, smell my wrist. And I would do that also. I would do that also in my meditation. When I'm calm, I would smell my wrist and associate that smell of lavender with calming, with bringing me back down, with bringing me to ground zero. Hello, Erica. But then when I do that in my practice, in my daily life, then when I go to a situation where it feels out of control, I already have that arsenal. I have that in my backpack, right? So you go to what you know. And when you do things, when you're repeating things, they become habit. They become part of your life. So, okay, so now we've removed ourselves from the situation. We've gone to a quieter place. Hi, Chrissy. And we've taken some breaths. Maybe we are doing some visualization. Maybe we are smelling something that maybe we have a trinket in our pocket. I use a talisman as well. I carry crystals. Maybe it's a calming crystal. And bring yourself back to center. And then try again. Try again. It's okay to try again. And it's okay to say no. It's okay to say, I'm sorry, Mom. We drove 2.5 hours. And I'm not going to go. And then it's Mom's job to say, I understand. I'm empathetic for you. I know what you're going through. So if you don't have that tribe, if you don't have those people around you, hi, Angie, who you can trust with your security, hi, Crystal, then you need to get some new people, because you have to be prepared for big situations like that. I'm just gonna check my notes real quick, because this is a big topic, and I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So all the tidbits again that I've talked about so far, those all pile up and become our arsenal, our toolkit. So when we go out into the world and we have to tackle these things that are very difficult, we're prepared. So in repetition, because I'm going to keep doing it, you're going to flow with the water, right? You're going to go out to nature. You're going to hug the tree, because on your good days, because then when you have the bad days, then you have that practice to go back to. You have that ready for you. Does anybody have any questions tonight? I'm not going to do any readings. This has been a very, very energetic week. And I have readings to do tomorrow for clients in my studio, so I'm not going to open up to that kind of energy this evening. But if you have any specific questions regarding being an empath, regarding how to handle anxiety, feel free, hi Casey, to throw them in there. So I'm just going to go back over then again. Set your boundaries. Say no. And I will tell you, and those who know me well, in my life well, I say no a lot. I used to make excuses. I used to say, oh, I don't feel well, or, oh, I have to wash my hair, whatever it is. And I wouldn't say that. But I would make excuses, and I no longer do that, because I have a tribe of people who understand that I'm an empath. Is anxiety related to the vagus nerve? I don't know. First of all, not a doctor. Hi, Beams. I don't know that, but I do know that there are such easy techniques in releasing the vagus nerve. And when you have anxiety, you kind of tense up. You do tend to tense up, and it does affect that. So I would definitely encourage you, if you're having anxiety, to release that nerve. And all you have to do, here, I'll give you a quick one. This is so easy. Okay, so you just take your hands behind your head, and you're going to, if it's on the right, it doesn't matter, but let's say it's on the right side, right? So I'm going to look up, and then I'm going to look over, and I'm going to keep my eyes to the side here. And then what's going to happen as that nerve releases, I'm going to sneeze, or I'm going to get itchy nose, or you're going to know there's a release. There's an actual release of it, and it can just be a couple seconds, and then boom, then the pain's gone. Then the anxiety can be gone as well. So I guess I would say in theory, yeah, probably has something to do with it, but I don't know of any research or anything that has to bring those two together. I think that's it tonight. I'm gonna be short and sweet. Thank you. This is the most followers we've ever had on the evening, so God bless you. I love you. I appreciate you. Tomorrow is the last night. I feel like spirit might come back in. So if you show up tomorrow, you're welcome, sweetheart. If you show up tomorrow, plan on figure out how to do them comments in there, or send me a message this evening. My plan is to go on earlier tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly when, but I'm thinking 5 o'clock. So if you're driving home, put your earbuds in and listen to me. Love you all. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Have the most beautiful evening.